Hey everyone, I'm Mr. Willis, and welcome back to You Will Love AP Gov. Thanks for joining me for another video on one of the required Supreme Court cases for AP US Government. Today's video is all about Engel versus Vitale, a case that played a fundamental role in shaping the modern interpretation of the First Amendment's Establishment Clause. If you're taking notes for your AP class or prepping for the AP exam, remember to click on the link below and download the free guided notebook page to make it easier to follow along. Let's break it down. In the 1950s, the New York State Board of Regents approved a short, voluntary prayer for students to recite at the beginning of the school day. It was a prayer written in the traditions of the Judeo-Christian faith, acknowledging the students' dependence on God and asking Him for His blessing. However, a group of parents, led by Stephen Engel, argued that this prayer violated the First Amendment. They sued the school district, led by William Vitale, the board president. The key question before the Supreme Court was, does a government-endorsed prayer in public schools violate the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment? More broadly, this case examined whether a state-sponsored religious exercise, even if non-denominational and voluntary, could be considered constitutional within a public institution. In a 6-1 decision, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Engel. The court held that government-directed prayer in public schools, even if voluntary and non-denominational, violated the Establishment Clause. This decision reinforced the principle that the government should not be involved in religious activities, even if seemingly benign or widely accepted. Writing for the majority, Justice Hugo Black emphasized that the Establishment Clause was designed to prevent government interference in religion, as well as to protect individuals from religious coercion by the state. He referenced historical concerns about religious persecution in government-imposed religion, arguing that even a seemingly neutral or voluntary prayer could create social and institutional pressure for participation. The ruling reaffirmed that religious activities must remain separate from government functions to ensure neutrality and protect religious liberty. Engel versus Vitale set a precedent that remains significant today. It reaffirmed the principle of separation of church and state, influencing later cases concerning school prayer, religious displays in government spaces, and the allocation of public funds to religious institutions. This case serves as a foundational example of how the courts interpret constitutional protections and enforce limits on government involvement in religious matters. Its legacy continues to shape debates about religious freedom and the role of government in education. And that's everything you need to know about Engel versus Vitale. You can click here for additional videos for AP US Government. And be sure to check out my videos on AP Macroeconomics and AP Microeconomics as well. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content on AP Government and Economics. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on You Will Love AP Gov.